Y'all dry rubs or wet rubs?
For
Wet.
jerking off or what?
Both. For both.
Yeah, dude, I jerk off with wet ones.
Hot ones, but it's him jerking
It's
off.
wet ones with different lotions.
But they're spicy lotions. They're just both guys jerking off and going, yeah, this one fucking burns. Anyways, what's your new movie?
It's just Bert Kreischer just crying, beating off.
Paul Rudd like, so Ant-Man 3 is just screaming
it pauses,
in pain.
and it's like, ooh, that one got in my dick hole. And it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Okay, we need a
zoom up
PA.
in
We
the
need a PA to wipe out his dick hole.
They're just dipping their dicks in glasses of milk.
Make that sketch,
Hell
you guys.
yeah. That's funny.
This one started off
Yeah.
hot already.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the We Cool podcast. Welcome to Wet Ones.
Wet ones, dry ones, write in. Let us know if you're a wet one or a dry one, what you prefer.
I'm your host, the bald guy that no one really knows where I came from.
I thought he was Tim Westwood for a while. It's not Tim Westwood. That's a different guy. Did you guys know Tim Westwood got shot too, I guess?
Mm-mm.
I think I'm thinking of the right guy.
The British guy?
I'm
the British
sorry,
white
is this
guy
a
who
dumb-
won.
Is this a dumb question? Who's Tim Westwood?
He
is he
interviews,
the
he
Ricky
interviews all the
Gervais's
rappers.
friend?
What?
Is he Ricky Gervais's friend or something?
No, you're thinking of maybe Peter Merchant?
He's the guy. He has his own like hip hop. He's a hip hop guru in London.
Yeah.
He brings on all the sickest, illest
It's funny,
street
Do
rappers.
you guys ever listen to like British rap?
Fuck no. Oh,
Yeah, it's weird.
It's really weird. They're like, I'll take top things in my bro fuck day. Two things in the fuck day. The one is in my old fuck day.
Who's the big Stormzy? I was listening to one of his songs, and like one of his big lines in the song was he's like, I'm a backup dancer, you're a backup dancer. Like, why
Yeah,
is
like-
that even?
Or you got a twinkle in your eye. I'm gonna take that twinkle out. And it's like, is this like a
You're a
threat?
stinky poo-poo dog eater.
It's still very Charles Dickens.
I'll call the doozy boys on you, and we will, roundhouse your little shoes. We'll take your shoes,
Stinky
mate.
poo-poo-poo-poo-poo.
Everybody knows the greatest and only British rapper is that one guy, the man's not hot. The thing goes, toom, toom, toom.
Yeah.
What's that guy?
Oh,
Big
that's
Shaq.
Stormzy, I
Big
think.
Shaq.
I thought that was Stormzy.
I don't know. No, it's the guy who was like a meme. It's like the black guy who was like. Do you remember who you don't? You
I've never
don't
seen
remember.
a meme.
2 minutes into this episode, and we're already doing British accents.
Even
just-
worse, black British accents.
Well,
Some
yeah,
of
but
those offensive.
they're like the same thing.
Also, can I say Stormzy is a stupid fucking name? It's a stupid
Stormzy?
name for a rapper. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
But there's a
Stormzy.
lot of stupid ones.
Sparksy.
Yeah.
Sparksy is okay.
You would rap it. You'd.
Boom. Big Shaq. All tight a sneak. Scoop no. Rap no.
Like-
Usna.
Like British rappers sound like they had a stroke on like half of their mouths, you know, like a Casey Flesh situation.
Everyday man's on the block. Smoke trees. See your girl in the park. That girl is a uckers. When the ting went quack, quack, quack. You know
What a ting tong fong ding ding. I'ma keep you the
See, they don't own guns, so they don't know what guns sound like. He's
Yeah.
like, it sounds like a duck when it goes off. Quack, quack, quack.
I go quack quack quack.
It's like, that's not
I
how
go
a gun
bok bok
sounds.
bok.
Well, this one is fake. Like this guy was basically like he did a little prank. He did a little Borat
Did he
on
just
everybody
prank me?
there. Yeah, he
Because I thought he
Borated
was real.
You just got fucking Borated, son.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the difference. Was he doing a bit?
Yeah, that's the funny thing about British rap is just like it's all basically satire. There is no
also,
delineation.
British humor, too, is just like, it's like one guy coming up to a guy saying something really mean.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, that was funny?
It's funny because British rap
Yeah.
is like funny and British humor is like hardcore like rap.
Yeah, British humor, it's like one
Damn.
guy walking up to another guy and just going,
Yeah.
you look like a dope, you idiot. And then it's like, that's
And then the British
punchline.
guy like turns to another British guy and he's like, "Oh, that was a bit mean, don't you think?"
Don't you think?
And then,
he
that's
saying
like
that to
that's
me?
the scene.
Hey, he was calling me a doubtless fiend.
Yeah, British stand-up is just like, "Oh, I'm a bit clever," and I was talking to this guy who's a bit not clever. This is
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
was
just like,
Dude,
yeah.
I was watching like Australian stand-up. A clip just came up on my YouTube algorithm, and I was like, "What's this all about?" They're not bad at stand-up.
Yeah.
I'll say that they're pretty good.
They're more American. than British.
From what I saw, they do a lot of crowd work, which I kind of like. That's what stand-up should be, is mostly crowd work. Nobody gives a shit what you think about anything.
Think so?
Or your experience or who you are. It really doesn't matter. And that's what quarantine has taught me, is like,
Yeah.
your viewpoint isn't as important as like we think it is, I think. It's just, can you just talk shit to somebody and not be a huge asshole about it and be funny? That's it.
Yeah, like my best bit will work just as good. Like if everything is executed the way I intended it to in my head, it will work just as well as just like some good crowd work that I just did in the beginning. You know what I mean? It's crowd work does really, trump it all, I think.
It's funny though, because it seem like people who are more, I don't know, kind of snobbish, like comics who hold themselves to a very high standard and stuff, they kind of look down upon crowd work, wouldn't you say? There's a lot of comics out there who think it's like, and it's like a parlor trick. It's like it's a little bit like a magic trick.
But it's the most fun.
And
it
also,
is fun. When it's actually spontaneous,
Yeah. Also, I would argue that most comics are just super insecure and are
what about
fucking
that?
dumb babies that don't. Their viewpoint should not matter. And as a person who did comedy for a long time, I sincerely regret ever being afraid of those people.
Yeah, it eventually I was just like, I'm not. Comedy's so dumb. I'm just going to do it the dumb way I do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is the way you should do it.
Oh my God, we have Alex.
Is he in?
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners, first of all, welcome to the We Cool podcast. We've been recording for about 8 minutes. We have a very special guest who just came in. It's Alex, the pedophile, known pedophile. How do you pronounce your last name? I've never pronounced your last name. I just realized
It's just
Dragicevich?
It's just Dragicevich.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, just say former pedophile too.
Former pedophile.
Also, Tommy, you
gotta
gotta
start a new
stop.
life, man.
You gotta stop introducing all of our guests as pedophiles.
Oh,
You
come
did
on.
this last week. Come up with a new
please
intro.
let me keep doing that.
regardless of how well we know them as well. It's like when we're doing it to Jeff Asmus, it's okay because
He is a
known pedophile. Now,
and that's why it was funny when you did it then. But
Yeah. Alex, how are you doing, man?
I'm okay. As you guys know, you guys caught me on a late wake up. I'm hungover. I think I'm so hungover that I decided, like, it's one of those hangovers where after this I'm gonna go for a walk and I don't know where I'm gonna go.
You just need to walk something off.
I'm gonna walk so far, and I don't know where yet. It's like,
What did you get up to last night?
I tried making mojitos, so it took a while to figure out how to make good ones. And then once I made good ones, I was hammered. But then I was like, oh, but they're good now. So I have to. Now it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing mojitos. So
hit
how
us
do you?
with that recipe.
Yeah, drop that mojito recipe, King.
No problem, man. It's mint, lime, squeeze either a quarter or half a lime and toss it in.
Yeah.
Mint, lime, rum, and then simple syrup, or you can do sugar.
You just puke right now thinking about you just burn right on.
I'm like, I hate them.
Wait, one more question. How many mojitos does it take to get you drunk? Because you're a big guy. For those who don't know, Alex is about 6'11", maybe 7'1". He played I think,
9
in
feet
the
tall.
Korean. I think Alex played in the National Korean Basketball League.
Alex
no one's
is
really
almost
sure.
tall as Ryan
I was a
to
prisoner
clarify.
in North Korea and I had to play. So
Yeah, exactly. And you had to play for.
you played in the Play for Your Freedom tournament.
Yes,
It was you and Dennis Rodman 1-on-1 for Kim Jong Un's pleasure.
Otto Wambier.
That's part of why I flew over there. I was part of the peace treaty. They're like, he's got to play his way out. And Dennis was like, all right, 2-on-2, me and Alex. But yeah, it took me eight mojitos. Probably six to figure out the good ones, and then I had 2 more.
Yeah.
Well, and then how do you even know if it's really good or if you're just
Yeah, you're 6
drunk,
mojitos deep.
So I
You're like on your eighth one. You're like, I think I fucking nailed it, dude.
yeah. I'm like, this is way better, and it's just like
It's just rum.
It's actually worse.
It's just rum.
Objectively
I'm
worse.
totally out of mint. I'm out of wine. I'm
Your
drinking
roommates-
from the Bacardi bottle.
Yeah, your roommate's
Figured
just
it
like,
out,
yeah.
baby.
Your
Solve
roommate's
the
like,
Rubik's
yeah, so-
cube.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, so Alex woke me up at 3 a.m. He's like, dude, you got to try this mojito. And it was just rum.
He had a plastic cup of rum.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that was also the problem, was that I was making them at my girlfriend's place, and then I came back, and during the ride I was like drunk, and I was like, oh fuck, I definitely got to eat something.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the problem too, is I ordered wings, and then to wait for the wings, they took a bit, so I started drinking beer. So we're talking like 8 mojitos,
Oh, yeah.
2-3 beers, and it's like that's how you sleep 11 hours, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's the only way you sleep 11 hours for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I couldn't. I was in panic when I woke up to. I was like to just the Zoom link. I was like straight into a pod, man.
Yeah.
Dude, good on you, man. We told you didn't have to do this, so I'm fucking mad respect for just.
No, it's totally cool, man. You guys are all hilarious, man. I'm glad to do this, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
too,
man.
man.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
coming on.
joining us. And that's the thing about the pandemic, is that like you have to kind of like figure out new ways to like get drunk, because it's like I can't just vodka soda this. I can't just get some some Miller High Lifes. I have to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta like. I mean, yeah, I think this is a time we're in that phase where it's like it's about mostly taking risks. Like you gotta like. It's just like it's about getting dangerous, because like you already know your path. You don't even where the line is. You already know you want to go past it. So now let's find like a weird area, like a gray area.
Yeah, because everybody's threshold is different now, like uniformly. Because now you can die just going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So you're like getting into autoerotic asphyxiation, drinking rum straight from the bottle, and these are just normal things now. It's like it's just an ambient thrill seeking has gone up.
Yeah, no, totally. But like, I mean, like I'm working now, and like me and Ryan have jobs, so it's like the drinking has gone down for me. But like, I don't know about you guys, but like around like when we all got laid off, like early March, you know what I mean? And like, so like late March was kicking in, and you didn't even know what was going to happen. And also like, maybe like I got like one unemployment check. I got like weird, like in that late March, early May months. Me and my older brother like went on some like benders where we're just like, yeah, let's get mushrooms and drink 12 beers and maybe end it off with a little cocaine. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Dude, the nights, it's like known in my house here, the nights, if you don't drink, you just, if you say you're not drinking, you're just having a glass or two of wine. That's pretty much like what it is. That's like what it is. Like if you're not drinking, it's just like, it's like a nicer, you're just having like a nicer drink.
That's what I mean when I say I'm not drinking right now, is I've only been having a couple beers. You know what I mean? I've only been drinking a little bit.
So Alex, do you live in like a nest of comedians? Because I follow you on Instagram, and great Instagram, by the way. Is it Alex Drags?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. You guys make like the funniest shit on Instagram.
Yeah, he lives in a clubhouse with a bunch of comedians. Tell us about that.
Dude, it's a comedy compound. It's 5 comics here in a 2-story house, and like we live in this like nice nice family neighborhood with all these like wealthy hot people, but then there's like this one house where it's like this landlord has that we just have these kind of, so like upstairs, like there's actually 2 units, so there's like 2 floors for us for 5 people, and then there's I think a floor on the bottom for like there's like 3 or 4 people down, and those are all like actors and like below us, so it's like this kind of kind of like art, like kind of a weirdo community, but like we are literally we're surrounded by people with like Mercedes and so like
just a house wreaking havoc on the neighborhood.
So we have these like you guys know Higgins, like Chris Higgins likes to like cook all the time, so we have these barbecues in our backyard, and we've got just like imagine like just take any 3-4 comics. Imagine them like with their shirts off in the summer, like drinking, like but then there's like, we have people come over and it's like a whole, we look even a lot of jean shorts, you know.
Oh
like
yeah.
You guys are.
I want to be there so bad. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Anytime when this comes back, man, come visit. Like we'll definitely, we're definitely gonna have a bunch of those again. But yeah, it's like, I got here 2 years ago, and there's only been like, anytime someone leaves, we just kind of go into the Chicago comedy page, and then we find someone pretty quickly because the rent is crazy cheap, and it's been it's crazy, dude.
That's awesome.
It's a good time.
I'm jealous.
But also, that's
why
I wanted to ask you, Tommy, because like I feel like, with like anytime I want to write or do anything, I feel like I'm bothering somebody, or somebody will hear me like kind of talking to myself. I was like, you're in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you like where do you like kind of home? Like, how do you like hole up and kind of like get your shit done if like you're just surrounded by all that shit? I imagine your apartment's not like huge. I don't know.
No, I have 27 roommates. It's bad. I hear my roommate right now. He's watching TV, so I'm sure he can hear me. And I honestly dread podcasting because it's like I'm gonna sound racist, homophobic, of course.
Yeah,
I look so Aryan. It's disgusting.
And that's just you setting up the audio for the podcast. That's just you getting angry,
opening
not
your
being
laptop.
able to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself into like a headspace of like some people will hear me like talking to myself or kind of talking out loud or think, what I'm saying? When I like,
but they understand though. So you're lucky because you live in a house full of artists and comedians and, weirdos, and they get it. So you can be in your room and you don't have to be self-conscious about being a weirdo and trying to work on something. I'm in my room, like I'm in the shower, like doing Obama impressions. You know what I mean? I'm just like, let me put the soap on my body, in my butthole, and I sound insane to all my roommates. You know?
I actually got kind of nervous about it. But like, so I was telling my roommate Adam McShane, he's a Madison guy that moved in here.
Adam's great.
He's awesome. Yeah,
super funny dude. So he was just like, I remember he was walking by, and I opened up the door, and I was like, dude, I can't lie, I honestly feel weird about you like kind of being so close to my room while I'm writing. And he goes, dude, you're gonna run these jokes by me in an hour anyway. He's like, why? What does it matter when I hear these jokes? He's like, I know you're gonna run them by me. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, Alex, I gotta ask though, what do you speak out loud while you're writing? Do you dictate your jokes or what? Like...
That's the only shitty part is like when I can write a sketch pretty like I can like throw headphones in, I can listen to music, and you wouldn't even know that I'm here. But it's like when I'm like, because like I just the last like month or so, I felt like I think comedy's gonna come back. I don't know if it's soon, but it's definitely more feasible now. So I'm trying to write stand-up more regularly, and I do have to like talk it out. I just have to just talk it out to myself, like as if kind of like I'm on stage, and that's kind of like how I've always kind of done it. Like I used to like before like I'll go in my car sometimes too, like when it's nicer out, and just kind of like that's kind of, or I'll just walk around my neighborhood and talk, and that's where I look crazy when I'm walking. But yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that's worked for me. I can't like people write in a coffee shop. I'm like insanely jealous of that,
No, don't be jealous. That's so weird.
No, it is bizarre. It feels like showmanshipy a little bit, doesn't it? Like.
Like someone's like showing off, like, oh, look at me.
Yeah, I know how to use a laptop.
Yeah, these elitist pigs at fucking
Yeah.
Caribou.
Yeah. Ooh, I can afford coffee. Get out of here.
I'm gonna do that as a construction worker. I'm gonna come in with a 2x4 and a hammer and just start hitting
a birdhouse in there
in the Starbucks.
Yeah, I work on my man projects in a coffee shop.
I'm running a buzzsaw.
Well, Tommy, Tommy, your day job now. You wait tables, right?
Basically, yeah,
Is that-
essentially. A server, yeah.
Someone like orders like a craft beer. You're like, wow, rich pig. You say, wow, 2 beers for the rich fucks. Like,
Yeah,
everyone that can buy
1%,
something everyone that can afford something is rich to you. It's like you're gonna buy a burger. You're like,
yeah, anyone buying anything.
for the charlatan. Yeah, it's like,
Oh, you tip me 25%, you rich fucking pig.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
wow, some Trump supporters here. And fries.
Go back to the boat dealership.
Yeah, thanks for the $10 tip, you bourgeois piece of
Dude, yeah, you're lucky, man. You get to live in that house, man.
It's honestly, yeah, you do. It's not bad, man. Especially, like, I think some people like that is, I think, the interesting thing. Some people like just live alone. You get jealous of that, but then it's like I don't think you'd want to go through this totally alone too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but my roommates give me like weird because like I live in like a dorm style like townhouse, essentially like in Brooklyn. You know, there's like no living space. So everyone just kind of like ducks
Is
to
it like
their
a
room.
co-op?
No, but it's weird. It looks weird. There's just
How
a
would you
kitchen.
define it? So you call it a dorm. I live in a dorm style townhouse.
Yeah, so there's 3 floors.
Just a perplexing like
Are
thing
you
to
in
try to
college
imagine.
still?
yeah, I'm in college.
Yeah.
There's 3 floors. There's like 3 rooms per floor, shared kitchen and bathroom each floor. And everyone just kind of ducks their room and stuff like that.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I would imagine there's a good amount of comics there. No, is it just like what's the personnel? Like?
It's weird. I don't know. Like the guy who lives next to me is a construction worker, which, by the way, I don't know. He can probably hear this right now, but he watches Harry Potter every night before he goes to bed, which I don't know what type of adult that is. Like every night before he goes to bed, I just hear like dun 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 dun.
That's a good quality liberal.
Again,
That's a
It's
good
been
quality
month.
liberal right
Dude,
there.
Tommy's gonna get his fucking ass kicked after this pod, like immediately after this podcast. Just an angry construction worker beating his ass.
Yeah. God damn.
That is. I mean, it feels like. Wait, so then let's say if you want to go to bed, you have to shut out some noise then.
Yeah, but I'm good at that. I've like shared a room with my brothers my whole life. I've never lived in like a good place.
You slept in a living room in Minneapolis, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I slept in a living room for a year. You know,
Okay.
I've never been comfortable ever going to bed.
All right. You can tell us to your therapist later, man. We don't really. We don't need any of this. Yeah, really.
So it doesn't bother me living in bad places.
That's really because even like I stayed with my friend in Brooklyn, and whenever I like couch surf, if I go there for like a week or something, it's like there's always, man, like you can, even when your doors close, like dude, like I feel like everyone is so on top of each other. It's like you can really hear everyone all the time.
It's a mutual understanding. Like my neighbors had this big fight in the below me. You know, they were like throwing stuff, and I was like, oh well, I don't feel bad. You know, for being racist on the podcast anymore.
not the direction I thought you were going with.
I don't feel bad for doing a Cat Williams impression.
Dude, I love like eavesdropping on people in pretty much any scenario. So, but for me, it would get old if there were 9. If you were surrounded by 9 people.
Dude,
like,
yeah. What that makes me think of is just being on the road in like North Dakota in a shitty hotel, and you can hear people like violence happening like in the next room.
Dude, that is something that like, you don't really like consider until you're in that hotel after the show, and you're like, whew, I have like this hotel, like just where you're at has like 1 bar of cell phone service anyway, and it's like such a seedy place,
and you're not prepared to like actually do anything.
No,
you don't know what the fuck
way
to
would
do.
you ever interfere.
It's like I don't want to talk to the police.
Right.
Even.
Well, right. Yeah. You do like a one-nighter, and they're like, yeah, we put you up at like that Best Western that's like off the turnpike. It's like it's right there, and then you get in there, and then like then you know they don't have you scheduled, so you got to call the guy, and then you finally get in, and it's like the scariest. Yeah, dude, those are like
one of the worst ones I ever stayed in was in, I forget what town in North Dakota, but we were doing the show, and then like after the show went well, and then afterwards we were talking to like some of the crowd members, and like they're like, where are you staying? And we're like, oh yeah, we're staying at this motel, and they're like, wait, you're staying at that hotel? Like that was like the first where it was like, oh okay, and then we got there. I was really drunk, smoked a bunch of weed, and then there was like, I was just in my room alone, listening to like actual violence happening, like outside. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. I think I'm gonna stay in here until like.
Yeah, dude, you just stay up, and then because then it reminds you of like that's where true crime happens.
Yeah,
it's those weird spots. You're like, fuck, I'm there. I'm in the place.
It's so weird. Like I was one time I was walking home. Like sometimes I'll get really drunk out at shows and then I'll just walk home if it's like in downtown because I live like, I don't know, 2 miles from downtown.
Dude, that's the move. Leaving so without saying goodbye and drunk walking home.
It's like if
I end up in a river one day.
If I stay here and talk, dude, I'm going.
Guys, Tommy needs help.
No, but it is the same thing. It's like if I stay here and talk, I'm gonna piss people off. I'm that drunk. Like I'm gonna say some
Elliott
shit.
Smith, bro. Vibe.
Yeah, dude. Just go look at the river.
Dude, the only time I've ever felt that was during the 10,000 Laughs Festival. Every single year, I get so drunk that there's always one point where I'm at an after party and I'm like, oh, I can't be around these. I respect these people too much.
And that's when I just throw on my sunglasses and I just walk into the night.
But looking like Blade, just walking down the street.
That's what I think I look like. I think I look like Wesley Snipes in a long leather duster.
Time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to turn my own lights
just
out.
fall asleep at the bus stop. So I was at Corner Bar one night and I walked to a restaurant nearby to try and get some food. It was the Acadia where Tommy, you used to host an open mic there too.
Best open mic ever.
Yes,
actually.
yes.
Best open mic.
It got the award for that. First of all, just a funny thing. Before I walked home, I got some food there, and I just saw straight up a mouse crawling across the restaurant floor. I was like, "This fucking rules. This restaurant is matching my energy right now, and I respect that." And then I walked home. And I was walking by this place not very far from my apartment, and dude, I heard like blood-curdling screams coming out of the second, and I had sobered up, so I like knew, and it was that thing of like I heard it, and then I was like, what the fuck, and I kind of stopped and looked, and then I was like, okay, maybe I am mistaken, and then I heard it again, and then I saw 2 people. This is like 12:30 at night, or maybe 1 or something, and there were 2 or 3 people walking across the street like a block down, and they like ran over. So it was that bad. It was like it sounded like somebody was being murdered on this second floor.
Yeah, dude, that's not a good area.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, dude,
those people were actually just at the Acadia open mic, and I was bombing so bad, and they left in horror.
Nice,
actually.
Dude. I think about that a lot though. It's like sometimes when you see something go down, and you're like, is this my duty to kind of like figure this out, or like do you step in?
And it is unfortunately.
Yeah, dude, I go full
but
Batman mode.
Yeah, still don't do it, but it is your duty.
It's your duty, but don't do it.
Yeah.
Because a comic outside of the Coles open mic once, he broke up. He broke up a fight. This guy was like yelling at his girlfriend. And I think that's where he was like kind of a no choice. He stepped in, and then but then he got into like a real fight with this dude. This guy was like biting him and punching, and like
Jesus.
They kind of went at it. So it's like, so then afterwards, it's a comic, Maddie Ryan, great comic out here, and he's like, so he ended up like, what is it like where you have the guy on the ground and you're kind of, and you have him headlock. Maybe he had him something, or just
I think an arm bar. What about an arm bar?
Suplex?
He had him.
Somebody call Joe Rogan. I don't.
Incapacitated.
He had him subdued. Is that it?
Ooh, nice one.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, he had him subdued. But then but we did a show the next night, and he has like 2 black eyes, and his he had like bite marks, and like he had like wrapping on his hand. And he's like, I know I saved that girl, but he's like, I wish I didn't.
Just looks like the most Chicago comedian ever.
Yeah. He's Yeah, dude. It's like it's a very those are a fine line. I don't know. I do walk away though. I'm gonna keep I'll keep probably walking away.
Yeah, if anything, maybe you tell management, but you never.
Yeah. I'll walk like a block down the road and kind of keep an eye to make sure
Sure.
somebody's doing something. I take a managerial role.
You walk far enough away where you're not involved, and then you go, "Is everything okay over there?" Because if it's not, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna walk further.
I have my sunglasses on. I'm not even looking back there. I'm just yelling that into the street in front of me.
I think I'm Blade, but not heroic.
I think, and then I walk home. I go to bed, and I'm like, I did my civic duty.
What about
there.
Blade? But he never interferes with the other vampires. You know, like he sees it, he's clearly uncomfortable, and then he just leaves.
Yeah,
I just like imagining people thinking that like Grant's blind, like he's walking home. So
He has a cane
too. He's already like drunk, bumping into stuff with sunglasses on.
Grant
He's
bought
got his sunglasses on. He's like, oh fuck.
Grant bought a cane drunk 2 years ago, and now he feels like he has to have it when he walks.
It became my thing, and now I can't. I don't know what to do.
We've told him
people
it's lame.
expect it now.
Yeah, we keep telling you it sucks and you look like an idiot, but you're like, no, I think it's cool when I'm drunk.
Yeah. You think chicks are kind of gonna dig the glasses vibe, but the cane and the glasses don't mix.
Dude, have you guys ever had like a piece of clothing or something where sober you don't have enough confidence to like wear it out, but then when you're drunk you're like, God, I wish I had my fucking.
Yeah, I'm wearing that piece of clothing right now, dude. It's my yellow pants.
Let's see.
Let's see it.
You want to know why?
Oh wow.
Tell me why.
I would never wear those yellow pants, especially to a comedy club. But man, when I get drunk and I'm like, ooh, let's go dance. I'm throwing the yellow pants on, baby.
Damn.
It's because Ryan roasted me one time because of it.
I used to have a big G Unit hoodie when I was like 14, and I think if I was allowed to get drunk then, I probably would have worn it a lot more.
Dude, oh my God, we should get matching G Unit hoodies. That'd
Dude,
be
it would
so
be funny
funny,
to be
dude.
wearing G Unit.
That'd be so sick. Oh my God.
I still love G Unit.
I have a this is like again like during like the summer like when we're like having our like barbecues or whatever. I've got a couple jerseys. Like I have a Grant Hill jersey that like that was like I thought was cool in college to wear, but now I kind of like I have like a drunk confidence. I'm like, oh, this would be funny again.
Yeah.
But the people,
I don't know. Grant Hill's sick though, dude.
Grant Hill is tight,
that.
dude. It's kind of, but yeah, it's a very like. I don't think I have anything off the top of my head where I'm like to go out in though.
Yeah,
I have this this like shiny vinyl red jacket, this bright red jacket that says Belgium on it. Do you know that jacket?
I don't know if I've seen you wear it.
It's something that I like every like 2 months. I'm like, I can wear this on stage doing stand up, and then I watch the videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm fucking doing Eddie Murphy right
dude,
now.
Tommy Schneeman has a bright red jacket that he wears. Like he'll wear it to like clubs, like here, like comedy clubs here, and like so downtown comedy clubs here, like the young girls, like they think he's like the hottest thing ever in this like bright red jacket.
I think I know Tommy Schneeman, right?
Yeah, he's from Minneapolis.
He did that Narnia sketch, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that was so good.
That was a good one.
He's a funny dude. But dude,
I fuck with that guy.
But we'll do shows like he wore the fucking red jacket to a gig like in like the south suburbs in like August, and he was just called gay like 20 times. It's like people were just calling him gay in the crowd the whole time, and it was like it's just like it's a dicey.
Yeah,
he didn't.
I'd always get roasted in the green rooms because I'm pretty bold with my outfits because I have like this like really dumb confidence about me where I think I can pull things off, but I can't. I just clearly can't. So I'll show up in green rooms with like a velvet jacket or whatever, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I think it's nice.
You
Come on.
lean in though too because you like roll up your cuffs so you have your little fucking toothpick ankles.
Yeah, I got my little ankles hanging out. I have my little dumb shoes.
You've got the fisherman hat, the fisherman cap on. You pull it upon yourself. Hard. For sure.
I'm the cute guy in the podcast, and I have to maintain that image. Okay.
I did. Yeah, I remember when I was doing Sisyphus. I remember you were like, "We should play 1-on-1," and I was like, "This kid's 140 pounds." I was like, "Okay."
He wanted you to use him as the ball. That's what he meant. Just crumple him up and slam dunk him a couple times.
I know, dude. I'll have like 3 beers and I'll be like, I could fucking take you 1-on-1, dude. Like I played JV basketball. I was backup point guard. Like
you're like, "Yeah, let's play." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, I'll play. It's like
and I was just like, I'm like half doing a bit, but then also like half serious. I'm like, dude, you just couldn't see me on the court, dude.
Tommy literally saying this to a former Division I basketball player.
Yeah, Alex is literally 7'4", and I weigh 120 pounds. Yeah.
Do you play, like, are the courts open in New York at all? Like, is there anything?
Yeah, I'll play by myself, but
yeah,
I miss it, man. I miss getting, like, just going up to like some teenagers at the park and being like, yo, you guys want to run like, you guys run 5s or what's up?
You do have an unassuming, even like it would be cool if you are good, because like you do have that unassuming.
I'm pretty good. I'm good at like the park. But I'm not like I wasn't good enough to play
Who's cutting your hair? Your hair looks good, man. Who's cutting your hair out there?
Thank you. I go to this Puerto Rican barber shop, and they do really good.
They can do that, huh?
Yeah, they only cut. It's really weird because they only cut my hair with the buzzers. They don't use scissors, So they're like, "What do you want? Like a 2 or a 3?" And I'm like, "I need some scissors, man. Okay,
yeah, scissors on top.
This is white. This is white hair.
They call Tommy Leche.
Yeah.
They do a good job with the buzzers and stuff like that.
It would be
but
sweet if they just edged you out, like gave you
do.
a straight Puerto Rican.
Give you the razor lines or whatever. Like
they give me a lineup, and I'm like, "There's nothing to line up here. Okay, there's no definition in my fucking hair. It's blonde, boring hair."
So they just go razors.
Yeah. They'll be like, "What you want, Poppy? Like a 2, 3, or a 4?" And
They
I'm
don't
like,
call
"Scissors,
you Poppy.
man." They call me Poppy.
They call you
There's
mommy.
no way they call you Poppy.
Poppy's just like, man. It's
No,
just like, what's up, man?
They call you Leche.
They shave the sides and then they'll shave. Then they'll shave like the top only a little bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Here's the thing, though. It looks a little weird for a day, but then it grows in much more nicely. So they are killing it, I will say.
Damn. How much the cut run you?
The cut's $20, but I tip like 5.
Yeah, that's solid.
Also, I'm the only white guy there, so I want to like tip. I feel
you
like
want to get out alive.
You want to show that you're a bougie pig.
Yeah, I'm intruding like on like a space that's like it doesn't feel like it. So I want to like.
Well,
you
go,
tip pretty well.
Tommy. You go from your job where you call people bougie to get your haircut where you get called bougie. It's amazing,
and that is called gentrification.
That's the cycle, baby.
Dude, yeah.
Tommy, just because you moved to New York, you don't have to go to a Puerto Rican barber shop. Right? That's not.
Well, here's the other thing. It's right by my house, and it was like, it'd be weirder if I like sought out a white barber shop. Like, I'd feel like that'd be like the more
I don't
like,
think that
racist
is weird.
thing to do.
I don't think that is weird.
You're in a coffee shop and you're like, "Hey, can you also cut hair?" Like,
it's a bodega coffee shop / hair.
He's at the coffee shop just talking into Siri, like white barber shop.
Yeah. My barbershop, just the coffee, please.
Do you know any barbers like you?
Yeah, I'm going up to like a random white guy, and I'm like, "Hey, where do we get our haircut?"
Like more latte than cafe, if you know what I'm saying.
Is there like a Great Clips around here?
I Googled Great Clips, and it was too far away from my house. There's not enough Great Clips, and I was like, all right,
Where do you live in New York?
I live in Bushwick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot.
I was gonna say I was gonna ask you about like moving there. Like what inspired kind of moving there, especially during a pandemic, man?
My girlfriend goes to school here, and my little brother started a restaurant, and I work there.
Oh, so it's like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I couldn't I was off unemployment. So my girlfriend moved to New York to go to school, and I got kicked off unemployment, obviously in Minnesota, and I was like, fuck, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for work, because I was doing construction, and I was like, this sucks. And then my little brother was like, I have this fucking restaurant, you can get a job, it pays really well. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I guess everything is there for me. It's not even for like stand up. Like, who gives a shit about that?
I saw you move to New York. I was like, wow, the kid really wants it.
Yeah, no, I'm like, don't give a fuck about stand up.
Move to stand up to do Zoom shows.
I mean, that's an awesome gig, dude. Like, that's a really great setup.
Yeah, it's a sweet setup. And then if stand up comes back, I'll start doing that
'Cause,
again.
Tommy, that
Yeah, that's
restaurant,
awesome.
it doesn't have like, what time does it close? It's more of like a daytime restaurant, right?
7:30, and then
So it shouldn't affect
know.
like doing spots really.
no, and I'm sure I'll be able to get out earlier.
Yeah.
Once I'm there for so long.
Alex,
Sorry?
clubs just opened up here again. Do you know if there's
Really?
any plans for clubs to open in Chicago or?
So Chris said he was just talking to one of the bookers in there, the comedy bar, and that they might be opening back up doing like heated outdoor shows or like a 25%. I think it'd be 25% capacity starting in February.
Okay.
Like I'm doing a Laugh Factory Zoom show in like 3 weeks. So I don't know if they're gonna be. I don't know if that's just gonna be switched to a normal show. They're like, okay, everyone come to the club, but like I don't. Right now, I don't think anyone's heard anything. We've been really like. Pretty like it's been pretty shut off out here, man. Like there's like no one's really even there's no like secret shows. Like
Dude, I think that's better though, because like Minneapolis, everything's just like starting to open up, and it's like
last week it started opening.
It does feel too soon, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and now there's like this. It's like, all right, well, do you miss out and get, let other people get better while you stagnate, or do you just fucking go get COVID? What do you do?
Yeah, that was a weird, and I think that's probably the hardest part about this right now. That's why it was like the comic roommates in any other situation was perfect, but we all had, even if we slightly disagreed on going back to doing shows, that was probably where our biggest kind of fights were going on, because like some guys were. There's a couple guys wanted to get back on the road, like in like over this, like it was like August, September when things were coming back, and now like some of us are starting to book some stuff again, and it's like that's where the contention is, where it's like a couple guys like they're like I'm not gonna get back up until there's a vaccine, right? Or and then I think that's where there's so much. Uncertainty, and that's where like I feel like having like living with people where I wouldn't even know them would be kind of nice in a way where you're just like if I wanted to go we don't really know when things are gonna come back here. I hope soon. I hope soon.
I know that's the nice thing about not knowing your roommates, and especially like your roommates are like so just like in your world, so like that conflict can
it's like
arise.
the Facebook arguments about doing shows. You just live in the middle of a comment thread.
I live in a comedy like a scene page thread that's constantly
and you can't even just like things, you have to actually
you have to comment. You have to comment, dude.
Your roommate comes out and it's just like yells in the living room, be like, I don't think Chris D'Elia did anything wrong, and everyone's like, what?
And you're like, here we go,
house meeting
house meeting, come on, get in here.
You have to wake up half the comics
pro
at 3
Chris
p.m.
D'Elia.
McShane, do your long ass post. He's
got bullet points.
Yeah, dude. It's honestly it's a good time, but it's like I do hope.
Do you know what? Do you know what you should do? You should do this bit in your house where you should just keep putting on Louis C.K. specials on the TV and walk away and just let them play, and then just like, who's doing this?
Just start,
dude. I can't lie. Me and McShane got we rewatched Louis season, like every season of Louis in like a week time.
It's really good, dude.
That shit's amazing.
It is.
Yeah,
it's so fucking
It's really good.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
I don't think there's anyone in our house that would be like,
throw on a Cosby special and walk away and walk, just go
go
on a walk and just see what happens in the group chat.
Yeah. When Chris D'Elia did get canceled, like, I did check out one of his specials after. I was like, well, I guess he does kind of kill, but It's
He
bad.
he kills, but
Yeah.
like Dane Cook also kills. So
Dude,
who knows? Who cares?
Mo Yakub was so fucking bummed when that Crystalia thing came out because that's like his favorite comic.
Okay, that
Yeah.
if you're
No
I-
way.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
if
sure
you're,
Canadians
if you're
were
a
really
comic
upset.
though, you should be embarrassed if Crystalia is your favorite comic.
so
I'm
funny.
sorry. Like
So
he's
fucking
he's
funny.
he's a comic
Before-
for non-comics.
Well, yeah, before like he got like when he was big, like big, like the last couple of years, like I'd go on dates with girls, and like obviously it would come up at some point or be like in my profile that I did comedy. So they asked about that, but like a lot of like women loved him.
Dude,
Yeah.
my girlfriend is like all of her friends in like Minneapolis. Like she lived in this house with like 6 girls and stuff like that, and they're all like smart, educated, like women in college and stuff like that. A lot of them like poli-sci majors,
Sure.
whatever. All of them favorite comedian Chris D'Elia.
Total D'Elia heads.
It's not even a contest. Like
Yeah.
Obsessed with him, and I'm like, really? I don't know. I just
Yeah,
they're
like,
like they just love him.
staunch feminists are like
Yeah.
fighting for D'Elia.
They're
Just
like, I love his drunk
Seriously.
girls bit. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's insane. I don't get it.
He fills that niche of like the stand-up who's not a stand-up, and it's like if you're very surface level
Yeah.
enjoyment of it, you're probably gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. The next women's march is going to be about freeing Chris D'Elia.
Hell
It's
yes,
gonna be-
dude.
They're
And
not
now-
wearing pussy hats; they're wearing wigs.
Yeah.
that are just like
Yeah,
his hair.
yeah, that
Finally-
fucked up hair. or whatever.
Finally, a women's march I can get behind. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've just
Should
been
we get
waiting
to a
dip-
listener apology,
Yeah.
Grant, Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah, I
yep.
think we should.
So,
Which, by the way, did we ever even say the premise of this?
I think Tommy did, right? Did you?
Yeah, I said it. Also,
This is a freewheeling F, man. This
this
is
is-
Sunday
yeah, come on.
Sunday
Bob
morning
and
coming
Dylan F,
down,
baby.
dude. Sunday morning coming down. We got Alex just fucking hung tits over here, fucking rolling out of bed straight onto the pod.
man.
Here we go. So, Alex, if you don't know, this is a podcast where we apologize for everything we've done in the past. We demand apologies, and then our listeners submit anonymous apologies to us,
Nice.
and we apologize for them. So,
and also, Alex, if you think of an apology or something, or maybe if you would like to demand an apology from someone, you're welcome to do that on this episode as well. So if you think of anything, go ahead.
Great.
So this is one that we had a listener write in. If you want to submit your own anonymous apology or demand one, go to grantwinklescomedy.com/wecoolpodcast or
Ryan, you can create a comedy website for me, ryancallcomedy.com/grantwinkelscomedy.com/wecoolpodcast, and you can submit an
Submit it
apology
there.
there.
but you have to make the website first.
Yep,
So.
Daniel Williams can help you out.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't the coolest shit I've ever done, but I feel really bad about it, and I owe an apology. I've never told anyone this except once hammered, but I don't remember who I was talking to that night.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, did you submit this last night? When I was a kid, my older sister played hockey, so our family would go to her hockey tournaments out of town and stay in a hotel a couple weekdays every winter. This one hotel that we stayed at was like a donut shape with all the rooms surrounding a large pool area, including a sauna and a hot tub. I was sitting in the sauna with a bunch of siblings of my sister's teammates. We were all pouring water on the sauna to make it really hot and steamy. I had to pee and figured my hotel room was really far away, so I should pee on the sauna, and the same thing would happen with the water causing steam. What could go wrong? Instantly, when I started to pee on the sauna, a giant piss death cloud wafted up and everybody ran out of the sauna because it smelled sickening. I ran out and headed back to the room. Due to the location of the pool area of the hotel, the entire hotel proceeded to smell like hot piss, with the smell getting into the hallways. People were walking down the hallways coughing, and the hotel drained the hot tub thinking someone peed in the hot tub.
Wait, how did this? So this person was in the sauna with other people and then pissed in
Yeah,
the sauna.
yeah.
Did they see him piss?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like they're like, go ahead. Like that's a good
I guess.
bit or
I think
whatever.
there's I totally got away with it. No one snitched, but I felt really bad about it. I apologize to all those hotel guests and workers for potentially making a hotel full of people sick with amateur chemical warfare. I learned.
First off, he should be in trouble for exposing himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that like
Well, he's a
right off the
child.
bat? You just
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
this
is
is
it?
that age where you're still innocent enough where you're like, yeah, sometimes I show people my penis and it's not sexual. That's the thing I do.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
indecent exposure, which you don't ever hear about decent exposure. You know,
Yeah.
it should be like,
It's
yeah,
like, that was
he
pretty
flashed
all
me
right,
and it was a
actually.
good piece. He had a good piece on him. So I don't know.
Which is kind of problematic because decent exposure is kind of only when a kid is doing it, but it makes it indecent for the viewer.
Doesn't decent exposure sound like a movie that
Michael
John
Douglas,
Claude Van Damme would be in or something?
Yeah, decent exposure.
So the last sentence, I learned a valuable lesson that day. Piss steam does not smell like water steam.
Wow.
Well, how old do you think this guy was when he did this? I'm assuming a guy, right?
Yeah. It would be
Yeah.
pretty impressive for a woman to piss
It'd
on
be
a
cool
sauna.
if a girl
Honestly,
did
I feel
this.
like you're gonna burn your labia.
It would be a
doing
lot
that.
funnier. It would be a lot funnier if a girl did
Girls
this,
need
I
to be
think.
pissing on more stuff as
It
pranks.
is funny
I
when girls
agree.
pee in public.
This is a feminist podcast.
In
so-
2021, I want to see more girls peeing on stuff. All right, I said it.
cut
Sorry.
that clip. Put that on the. Put that online.
There we
promo that.
go.
That's
Yeah,
what
if you
we're gonna
could
use as a
post
promo.
that, if you could post
That's
that
the
clip on your
promo.
Instagram, Alex, that'd be really great.
It's how I feel. Okay.
Just hands
more
up.
girls should be pissing on stuff.
hey. I speak the truth. Okay.
Listen,
I don't know.
free Dalia and
Yeah.
let these girls pee on shit, dude.
This is the platform of the
Yes.
2021 Women's March that us four are organizing. It's a women's
Legalize
march.
it.
Legalize.
Legalize it. And we mean Dalia.
Us all just drunkenly walking down the streets of DC wearing sunglasses in the night, holding signs that say legalize it.
I do remember like the first time I ever saw a girl like piss in the street,
Yeah.
like in high school when we were all drunk, like cavorting around, and it broke my brain. I was like, "What the fuck am I looking at
Yeah.
right now?" Like, I was very impressed, honestly. Like,
Me, Mackenzie Bublitz and I, a Minneapolis comic, when we lived in Eau Claire, we'd get drunk, do the show, get more drunk, and then we would walk to her
put
house.
your sunglasses on.
We'd put our
walk home.
sunglasses on, ignore a crime, and we'd walk home, and then we would like just have literal pissing contests. On the bridge.
Wait, Tommy, did you tell your brother that you stole a bottle from his restaurant for you to drink out of? Can you show that one more time, please?
Wait, what?
Can you show the water bottle that you stole from your brother's restaurant? You psychopath.
They're great. There was a bunch of them though. They're great.
Yeah, your brother just is helping you out. You're slowly kind of taking from his.
Hey man, you gotta steal from you gotta steal. It's first of all, he's not the technically owner. He does run the place, the day to day. Isn't the owner?
I'm not
So it's
stealing from him. I'm stealing from his boss.
I'm stealing from the owner, his boss, and that's cool.
That is cool. It's just so funny that you have to even you open it like.
Did I ever tell you guys how I pissed in the back of a cop car one time? Did I tell-
Mm-mm.
In high school when I was like a sophomore, we were like driving to a party, and then and I was in a car, and we just had like open liquor in the car, and we were going to the party, we were speeding, and I had to pee, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to pee at the party, and get pulled over, and then they see all this like the cops, they see all these like open booze in the car, so they put me in the back of the car. And I tell the officer, I'm like, I really got to pee, man. Can we do something about this? He's like, no. So I just like whip it out and I pee right on the floor of the car. It was like that big of an emergency. And my friend was there with me and he was like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I just can't hold it anymore. And then, but it was so dark. The cop didn't see, like there was like a pit, and I didn't like do a full load. Like I just did like a halfie,
just
like
to
a half
relieve the
load.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the cops, they like, they took my friend who was driving away, but I don't know. They just let us go. I don't know.
Yeah, I just imagine you as a sophomore. You already look young enough where it's like it is decent exposure.
Yeah.
We're back.
It's just really.
And we're back, baby. Thanks for listening to the show.
you've got that 10-year-old ding dong on your 16-year-old body.
Well, I hit puberty at like 15 or 16.
Right.
You know?
So it was just coming into it.
It was just coming in, you know.
Your new dick.
My new dick, you know, it was just getting a little bigger.
He's got one testicle starting to stick out.
So the cop was like, all right, this is cute.
Exactly. So funny, dude. Awesome.
Tommy, do you remember when we were in Houghton, Michigan, and we were in that sauna and we had to bond with that like white supremacist guy that was in the sauna?
Yes. So
it's crazy how full of white supremacists Michigan is. That's the only place I've ever seen a real Nazi tattoo, like in the wild.
That's where we saw it. Yeah.
So me and Ryan are like, oh, let's go swim in the pool before the show, and we get there and there's like all these kids there, and we're like, oh, I don't want to be in the pool with all these fucking dumbass kids. So then we hit the sauna, and then one of the dads comes into the sauna and he has like a shirt on and he's like, got to get away from the kids. And we're just like, oh yeah, I hear that, man. Takes off his shirt, Nazi swastikas everywhere. And we're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay.
But then we're in there. So you can't just like, all right, we're going to leave now because, you know, we saw that.
Well,
so
you absolutely could do that.
Well, but me and Tommy combined are like, I don't know, 5'10" and like 200 pounds maybe, you know? So like, this is like a 6'5", like 300-pound dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so then we just had to like keep talking to him, like, oh yeah, so what was prison like? You know, like,
the whole punching Nazis thing kind of goes out the window.
Yeah,
when they're big.
When you see one that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: why aren't there smaller Nazis than me? I love to punch those guys.
We need smaller Nazis.
Yeah,
we need smaller Nazis to punch in the face.
God,
when he's bigger, you just have a nice hot tub conversation.
Exactly. Talk about the weather. Okay.
Yeah, you try to find common ground, you don't, and then you wait, and then you leave.
I'm only reaching across the aisle if the guy's bigger than me.
Me and Tommy had to like invent like personas to even try to find middle ground with this guy because I think he was like a truck driver or something, and then we're like,
I just started talking like this. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a old Southern guy now, you know, just to relate.
This episode,
I hate to admit this, but I'm that guy. Like whenever I'm in an Uber and like the Uber is talking a lot or whatever, it's just like I'm in 100% agree mode. Like you can be saying this is a hoax. We don't need the vaccine. I'll literally be like, oh, dude, this is like you're speaking my language. You know, it's like,
tell me about it.
It's just like I'm just the most in the Uber. I'm agree whatever you are saying. It is good. Whatever music you're playing. I'm like, who is this? This is amazing. Like it's just
dude. I do have a big fear that like because I do that too where I just agree with people. I have a big fear that like I'll be secretly recorded just agreeing with something horrible one day. You know.
Yeah. I mean, this is just like this episode is proving how like big of just spineless pussies we are.
Well, that's why.
We like go on stage and we're truth tellers and but it's all prepared and like meticulously planned.
Dude,
and then in real life, we're like, COVID is a hoax. Yes, I 100% agree.
We can't have like an alt-right person on this podcast because we would all just get canceled for agreeing with everything they're saying.
For sure.
Well, here's the thing. And also, if I've had this thing about me, if I've had 6 drinks, you can say anything to me and I'll be like, hey, man, that's a good way to look at it. You know, I agree. You know?
Dude, it was during it, like my girlfriend had a couple friends over during the inauguration. So I went to her place not during the inauguration, on election day.
Dangerous game to play.
So it was just me, this one girl, this one guy, and my girlfriend. And her one friend goes, man, I'm just kind of bummed today. You know, Trump lost. I voted for Trump. And I was like, right on, man. You know, so
dude, that's the bravest thing I've ever heard, honestly.
Yeah. I was like, oh, cause I expected, this is gonna be a whole Biden thing. And this guy's like, I voted for Trump. I'm kind of bummed. And I obviously I was such a coward. I was like, I think I'm gonna get a beer.
What did your girlfriend say?
People were like, you know, we were all immediately, I think the other 3 of us, we voted for Biden, but immediately we went to like, you know, we were just like, yeah, that's fine. You know, that's fine too. You know, it's like, it's
okay.
It's like,
but I'll be honest.
Like, I didn't know the guy, dude. I was just like, I was like,
honestly,
he's funny on Twitter.
What do you like? that's kind of what you should do, honestly, is be okay with somebody voting for somebody. That's what I think, but it is like there's this pressure. There's just like this pressure online and stuff to be like, oh, dude, you need to kick that motherfucker out of your house. It's like, what? You're not going to do
I know.
that.
I was just like, I was like, I just met the guy, and Biden he like won. So it was kind of like, well, what is it? I guess, what is it? What's the what's the point of arguing with this dude? Like, what am I going to get out of it? Like, am I just going to like ruin this vibe? Obviously it's not going to be a big obviously more people weren't coming over. It was only 4 people. So it was like there wasn't going to be like a big
dude, it's
party
also
where I could just leave and hang out with other people. It's like, I got to be with this dude.
No, I totally feel you. Yeah,
it's good too that everyone like agreed, like took your side kind of and was like, oh yeah, whatever. It would have been really funny if like you agreed with him and then everybody started shitting on him and then you were like, actually, yeah, fuck you, dude. Like,
you have to take his side. I was like, no, it wasn't a bad 4 years. Like, I've already committed to like being like a sympathizer.
You end up in like you end up in like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style thing where you're getting a beer, your girlfriend is in the kitchen with you, like, why did you say it was good that he voted for Trump? You're like, I was just agreeing. I thought it was, I was being nice. I don't know the guy.
It just cuts to you guys like leaving and going to his apartment, and you're like, yeah, fuck Biden. You guys are just like getting hammered together.
You become a QAnon guy.
Yeah, I was doing like phone banking so for Biden, and just because it paid, I don't give a shit about Biden. Obviously, I just wanted the $20 an hour, but I had to just talk to like really staunch Trump supporters, all day on the phone.
Yeah,
and some of them would be like, look, Biden's more racist than Trump because he's like enacted all these policies in the 80s. I think he's a pedophile. He's a rapist. And I would just be like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
They
don't have anything on the script that I can really
say. He do be like that, though. He do be like that.
Yeah, he do be racist and weird, I guess. So sorry.
And that's the thing too. Like, I try to think about this. Like, what if it really got proven that like the Clintons got like Epstein killed or whatever? Then it's like as like Democrats, as like liberals, you're just like, you're like, well, fuck, man. Like, it's a very, I think anytime, like Biden's not the best guy.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a homer when such a middling, such a middling guy.
Well, it would also suck just because it's like Republicans get Lincoln and they get the Clintons being, pedophiles who killed Epstein. Come on.
It's such a problem though that like we know like the Clintons they won't go away. No. So they just feed that. Like, why is Bill Clinton like an actual known pedophile?
Yeah.
Fucking at the inauguration, it's like, yes, that is fishy. Like, there are some valid points.
At least Trump had the decency not to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I think Grant, you were right though in saying this. I think you said this like last pod or something like that. Biden's gonna get so funny like 6 months in.
Biden is funnier than Trump is president.
He's gonna get so funny. They're gonna ask him a question. He's gonna be like,
dude, he did that on day one.
They asked him about
the vaccines on day one, and he was like, "Chill the hell out, man! Like, get off my fucking ass, man!" It's like, dude, you're also the president now.
That's what sucks too.
This is what you wanted.
That does fucking suck that Twitter like deleted Trump's account, because like they did rob us of like some of the funniest tweets that ever would have been tweeted. Like in the past week, it would have been the greatest just to look at Trump's account and just see him freaking out even more.
Let my boy cook. Let my boy talk his shit. Yeah. Come on.
He's got to get back in the kitchen, man.
They should have at least given him like another week or two just so we would have that for like a historical landmark, you know?
Yeah. I think I missed this. Did he say something to the tune of like, he's like, I'll be back or something like that? He's like, I'm not done or something like that. Did I miss that?
I think so. Well, he wants to start a new party, doesn't he?
He did come out and basically give a concession speech. Yeah. Like he it's over, you know.
Dude, I think Trump should go on the Breakfast Club. What do you guys think about that?
Charlemagne just grilling him.
I need a Charlemagne Trump one-on-one interview.
Yeah, Trump's like, here's where the aliens are. We know he's just like putting everything out there.
Or if he goes on Rogan.
Yeah, Angela Yee. Oh, I was gonna say with the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee like trying to say something and just not being able to.
Yeah, she's just like, see, I disagree with that, and then like Charlemagne's like, hear him out, you know.
Let him talk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a good ep that we just got done here. Let's wrap this apology up. So sorry to the entire hotel who were chemically warfared upon by this person's piss steam in the sauna. Too bad. Yeah, but I think objectively a pretty funny thing to do is piss on the sauna. So.
Especially when you're that age.
Yes, of course. I have seen. I was in a sauna at a baseball tournament and saw one of my teammates do this. Didn't ruin the hotel though.
Does it get funnier the older you get, or less funny?
No,
you think?
it goes from decent to indecent.
I think it does depend on who you're friends.
But then what if we're like 80 years old? We're in the hotel.
That's what
and
I'm saying.
Pissing, and I'm pissing on the thing.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, you just wrote Grumpy Old Men 3. Like that's
Here we go, man. Let's get this thing cooking, man.
Grumpy
That's it.
Old
We got
Men.
a script.
pissy granddads.
starring Johnny Knoxville, baby.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well, Alex, you got anything to plug? Like I said earlier, your Instagram is pretty fire. Hit us with the deets.
I mean, yeah, just add Alex Drags on Instagram. It's totally fine, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. This is really fun.
Thanks for doing it.
Check out Alex on Instagram. His stand-up is awesome. Your clips are great, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Get on there. Yeah, you can follow all of us on our social medias. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm putting a sketch up every week on there. Submit the apologies to the podcast. GrantWinklesComedy.com/WeCoolPodcast, or build a website for Ryan.
Yep.
Anything you guys want to? 5 stars on Apple Podcasts would be great.
Yeah. Give us some more reviews. We could use those. Tell your friends. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. whatever, man.
Mom, I
Who
love you.
cares?
Thank you for listening to every episode.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that about does it, guys.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Alex.
Yeah,
All
you guys are awesome, man. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
right,
See
bye.
you, man. Hey, there we go.
That's it.
There we go.
There
Good
we
app,
go.
guys. Good app. Great work.
That's another one.
Congratulations.
And another classic one in the
Another
banks.
one.
And another one.
Another one.
And a fucking another one.
Y'all ever heard of DJ Khaled? That's my uncle,
Yeah.
DJ Khaled.
What about never mind.
No, say it.
I was gonna say DJ Salad.
Can you go back and not say it?
I was gonna say Dijon salad at first. But you know what? Just
Hell
kill
yeah.
me right now,
Hell
man.
yeah. That was good, Tommy. You did good.
You think so?
Yeah, it was good.
I loved it.
Thanks, man. Dijon salad.
We the French.
What?
All right, that's
Yeah.
fucking it. I was gonna do the sign off today, but I don't feel like it.
No.
So-
No.
You can do the
no,
sign off
that's
right
not,
now.
That's
You
not
want me to?
allowed.
You
Yeah,
want me
you have
to?
to.
Do the
Do you
sign
guys
off
dare
right
me
now.
to do the fucking sign off?
I fucking
Dare me.
Yeah.
I double
Dare me,
dare
Tommy.
you, dog.
I triple dog dare you.
I will. You guys, thanks so much for listening. 5 stars, Apple. You know everything. we just
Subscribe
said.
to all the bullshit.
Thank
Tell
you.
your friends. That's the
That's
biggest
the number one thing because we have noticed the numbers.
They're good.
They're good again now.
They're good. Yeah, they're always good.
All right, they've actually they keep getting better.
This is
And
projecting. We're
We are no longer in crisis mode. We're no longer in the bunker. We are on the hill, and we're shouting from the rooftops. Hey,
we're in the book depository. We
yes.
hold the gun.
Yeah,
now.
we're in the book suppository. You ever had a book suppository? It hurts.
Yes.
We're standing at the rooftop. We're shouting, "Hey, we have a good podcast." The numbers keep getting better, apparently. Thank you, but
we still need
but
you.
please, tell your friends. So thank you so much for listening. Without any further ado, I feel like I'm using that wrong. This is
No,
the
that's
end.
it. That's it,
So for Tommy, the Weasel Bayer, I'm not
He's
sure-
eating a small piece of a cracker.
Weasel.
our wonderful guest, Alex, the former Division I college basketball player, which we didn't really touch on, Dragicevich, and Grant, the Joe Dirt loser contest lookalike Winkles. I've been Ryan, the hairy man call. This has been the We Cool Podcast. Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye. Making the names up in between is hard. No, it's easy.